G'day, welcome back to Doom Mod Wackiness, and there's about 1 day left on the deadline for Ramp 2024, so thought I would show off a little bit of the hub and do a recap on ShadowDoom Keep, since the last video I stated it was pretty much done, except I was going to add details, done to a point where I was happy for it to be released, but I was going to add extra details here and there. Well, I've actually added extra details. I finessed, gave the combat a tiny little bit of extra spice, and I thought this would be a great start to This recap would be a great start to actual ramp playthroughs when the project closes at the end of the day. I won't be playing through the whole of Ramp 24 because this one is not far off the amount of levels that Ramp 23 has. So we're sitting at about 280-ish at the moment. Some awesome looking levels. Here we are. ShadowDoom Keep. Whoops. So, I'll be recording some more crate expectations and Oxen Remastered and Baby's Frist later on today as well, so they'll be coming over the next couple of days. It's been a pretty hectic month working on some levels and then trying to help where I can with playtesting and feedback for other authors' levels. But as you can see, already vastly different in terms of detailing and from the last one, and all the monsters now look like ghosts, which was a bit more fitting for the whole Shadowfang Keep thing. And these imps have been replaced with pinkies now because a bit more in line with the horses that were there. What a terrible shot. That was absolutely awful. So the textures on these have been made to fit and actually look like crates now, rather than having like a metal framing on one edge and nothing. And the kitchen now has some detailing in it to make it actually look like a kitchen. And we have some new framed images now. We've got the front of Shadowfang Keep, we've got the boss that comes in the kitchen. I forget all these names, it's been a while. This guy is the guy that was represented by that chain gunner. Then these are bosses upstairs. That'll be the next one we come to. And that is Arugal, the last boss. We've got this little particle effects going up to show that the ground is, this is a cursed, corrupt place. Corruption has seeped in. So again, this is only meant to be a pretty casual slog, nothing too hard. just thought it would be cool to reimagine Shadowfang as a level in Doom. So you can see this corridors are much less bland. Some piles of hay lying around like in the actual dungeon. And I discovered this cool lighting effect, which, like, when you stand back here, just looks really cool. And so yeah, I've used it wherever I can. So I'll probably start actual playthroughs for Ramp next week. Because like I said, deadline is pretty much tomorrow morning, and then I believe that we're going to have about a week or so for fixing up any bugs that might have slipped through. Really want to sort of get some of them running out there for a little bit. Those 4 cacodemons can cut you down pretty fast. As you can see, there's a chain gunner up there now. Shoddy guy and a couple of revenants. So, as I said, spiced up the combat just a little bit. Incubus over here. Some Arachnotrons. Took a while to get that Mancubus used to be out here with the Arachnotron, and he'd end up, the two of them would end up fighting each other, and the Arachnotron would always die, so I ended up putting him down there, because he often found himself wandering into the room anyway. Fortunately, I haven't been able to find anyone familiar with Shadowfang Keep to give it a playtest, and because I'm really keen to see how familiar the level feels to someone who's played Shadowfang Keep. Awesome level by Knights 108. There's like over 50 Archviles. Revenge of the Moving, Anti-Static 3. Map 143 in ramp 24. Some more hay lying about. Oh, what a terrible shot that was. This fight often goes one of two ways. That cacodemon will sometimes be in there and you can sneak in, but then you've got the pinkies to deal with, spectres to deal with. Oh, come on, give me the right gun. Then there's 4 revenants up here, which you can either deal with whilst you're down here. I usually like to come up here anyway. Some more of that awesome lighting effect. Now these you'll see here, 2 of the revenants are missing because they've actually run up here. It was unintended, but it actually ended up being such a cool little bit of emergent gameplay. Like, you're never sure exactly what those revenants are going to do. I'm sure they're getting smart. Well, I wouldn't call it smarter necessarily, because it's the worst way to run away from them, to try and get to them. But it was started with just 1 of them coming up here, and then 2 of them, and then finally like 3 of them were finding their way up. But here we are, we're practically at the end now. A couple of chain gunners over here with these mancubus now. Quite proud of this room. I like the way this room turned out. Oh, that was awful. So as I mentioned in the last video, hang on, maybe tidy up the room first. There we go. So as I mentioned in the last video on this level, the actual dungeon has a massive gaping hole in the wall there, and again more of that lighting effect. That looks so cool. And I decided to add a little exit sign up there so that people know that we are at the end of the level. And that's what that switch is going to do. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.